Now, ladies and gentlemen, it seems to be as of recently, Valve have gone off the grid. They released the biggest CS2 update to date, with a couple other small ones following that to fix what they previously messed up on. Valve have also been working on a Half-Life update, which they also produced an hour-long documentary with Gabe himself. Now, for the last 7 days, we haven't heard nor seen anything from Valve as it goes for new CS2 updates. Their social media, DPR updates, and even the blog post page are completely blank. Today's video, I want to break down this most recent blog post and discuss what could be coming soon, but more so what to expect this week. And based off videos like this I've made in the past, with my luck, we'll probably get a CS2 update later today. Now, today's video sponsor is SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a buying and trading marketplace for your CS items. It makes a safe and easy way to trade out your inventory for something new. By using my code MANDO, you can get a deposit bonus of 35% alongside a free $5 in your first trade, with a max bonus if you spend $100 or more. With a large variety of skins, deposit options, alongside daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways, they're doing a great job rivaling other competition. If interested, it'll be at the top of the link in the description below. Now, very quickly, here's a PSA. Within the past couple of weeks, I've gotten into a car accident, and I've also had a lot of vertigo. No, not the map, just being really dizzy. And it gets to the point where I can't sleep, nor really do anything in my day-to-day basis. So I apologize for not uploading the past 3 days, but it seems to be I'm doing a bit better now, and I plan to upload every single day of December. At least that's what I want to do. I set that as a goal. One of the main reasons I started YouTube, at least for CS, is before and when I entered the scene, there was hardly any day-to-day content. For as big of a franchise that is Counter-Strike, there's not much to watch. But anyway, let's get back to the video. Now, firstly, let's see this latest update with Valve's recent activity. Their Twitter has been rather blank, responding to nobody, nor liking any posts whatsoever. Usually they like something every once in a while on Twitter, but it's been almost a week. And as it goes for their latest post on social media, that was on Twitter on November 20th. As you can see with their blog post activity, there hasn't been much. There's only been 2 that are pretty small, almost the exact same size. Now, the one before was 3.88 gigabytes, the biggest CS2, let alone probably Counter-Strike update to date we've gotten any Counter-Strike game. At least that goes for bug fixes. And this one on November 20th, I didn't cover because, well, I thought there was probably going to be one later that week, but there wasn't. They finally fixed a silencer attach and detach animations, which this was apparently supposed to be fixed in this big update, but now here we are. They fixed a bug that prevented you from refunding the Bison. Now, there was kind of an ongoing meme in the community asking everybody who would even buy the Bison or equipped it to know that this would happen, since the Bison's pretty bad. They fixed a bug where players could respawn in a bad state during reconnect. They fixed a bug where ramps were not correctly reducing fall damage. They fixed a case where sub-tick movement timestamps were temporarily incorrect after changing a bunch of random stuff. And there was various improvements to DE_ancient, mainly to do with gaps and you falling through the map. Now, the most notable things from this update is they fixed silencer animations when detaching and also attaching it to your weapon. Now, I don't even have this option even equipped in-game where I can detach a silencer. That's also kind of weird that you can't do that in CS2, or you have to have a certain bind for it, but it's also nice to know you're not going to do it by accident. Now, it wasn't necessarily with the animation, it would more so be with the shadow. If you looked at the shadow, it was completely broken, and some of the time it was also with the animation you would see in first person. Normally in the past, based off experiences with Valve, you'd be able to see what they're working on right now, or what they're planning, if they're even planning anything for the future, that being CS2 update-wise. Now, how you can see this is by checking the DPR updates Valve has sent out for CS2, and as of recently, we've gotten nothing since November 21st. Now, some of you guys may be asking, why is that? Well, to get the obvious out of the way, I think it was because Thanksgiving was in America last week, specifically on Thursday, which most likely all of, if not most of, the devs had off. But players, and even including myself, want to believe something, well, more deep is going on behind the scenes, that they could be working on new content, or something even like an anti-cheat. Now, there's a recent tweet from ThorCS, who I suggest you go follow for leaks and data mines on CS2. You'll see if updates and when updates come out, he'll go very in-depth at the very moment of what changed. But a recent tweet from him pretty much just sums up my thoughts and, well, what should be going on forward for CS2 content. Essentially, no one really knows what's coming, and if they do, it's kind of just BS. All we have right now is rumors with no evidence whatsoever. Now, with the negative and sappy attitude out of the way, here's some positive news. Now, these are going to be some videos later this week where we'll break down everything that we know has been rumored for CS2, such as a new AI anti-cheat and also CS2's first case. As most of you know, we're very well overdue for a case, and why they haven't released a case or any sort of new content is because they've been working on CS2, but also based in recent articles and promotional material for CS2, the first year is just going to be Valve fixing the game, and they've followed through with that so far. But we have to remember Valve is a company like any other who needs and wants to release new content, but also earn more revenue. And a case right now would satisfy the players and kind of hold some people over until we get an operation, more content, but also get them more revenue. And there's also returning maps from CSGO. Based off the promotional material from trailers and a bunch of other stuff for CS2, we saw dozens of maps that are not currently present right now in CS2. Now, Train is just one example out of many, but I think Train could be coming to competitive, not Premier, sometime in the near future. It looks like by these trailers that the map is mostly complete, probably has to be play tested, but I think if Valve and how Valve should release these maps is the same way they did in limited test. They have it to maybe one strict playlist, not even in competitive, its own little playlist just for maybe 2 to 3 weeks until the basic bug fixes and optimization gets done, then it gets added added to the competitive map pool, and maybe every other month or maybe once a month they can add one more map each time to eventually we'll have all the content that we had in CSGO. And yes, for those who are wondering, we are making a video, it's kind of in the works right now, for a new AI anti-cheat for CS2. This once again is rumor. There's no real leaks or evidence or even data mines about this, but there's been some very credible people like Richard Lewis who has brought this up and how it could be coming a lot sooner than expected. At least right now it's getting worked on. I think personally it just all makes sense. With the amount of money and talented people there are at Valve, they make a lot of new technology every few years that, well, paves the way for the gaming industry. And this is something Richard Lewis brought up in one of his videos recently, which I suggest you go check out. But VAC was a prime example of this. Now it's extremely outdated, but at the very beginning when it first released, it was pretty cool and innovative for the time. And I believe this new rumored AI anti-cheat that they could be working on could be exactly that, pretty much VAC 2.0, and all it needs to get done is time and a lot of information. And why I also think it makes sense is, well, they have that information from Overwatch that we had in CSGO for pretty much the last decade. That pretty much concludes my thoughts of what's coming to CS2 very soon, and also explains Valve's recent silence. You guys have any questions, comments, concerns about these recent CS2 updates, or what's wrong with your game specifically, because everyone's got some different issues based on what hardware you have? Leave it down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.